Mr. Jordan is now recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The previous speaker from Virginia said, talk about anything but. That's exactly what the Democrats are doing. That's exactly what they're doing. They don't want to talk about the crisis at the border. We've yet to have a hearing in this committee, the Government Oversight Committee, about the crisis at the border. They don't want to talk about the huge increase in crime because Democrats all over this country and municipals and cities are defunding the police. They don't want to talk about inflation, the increased price of gas. They don't want to talk about the fact that every single employer I talk to in our district, I bet it's the same in yours, can't find people to work, because when you pay people not to work, you shouldn't be surprised when you don't have workers. They don't want to talk about their bill that they introduced in the Judiciary Committee to pack the court. They don't want to talk about the fact they're going to raise taxes, they're going to ban firearms, and they're getting ready to hire more agents at the IRS to harass American citizens. We saw it just a week ago when tax returns against the law were leaked to the press. They don't want to talk about, they want another Trump investigation. Here's what the chairwoman said in her opening statement just this morning. The committee released documents we obtained showing that the weeks leading up to the January 6th attack, President Trump repeatedly pressured the Department of Justice. Pressured the Department of Justice, they say. And in their press release, they say the White House Chief of Staff pressured DOJ. Let's look at what the White House Chief of Staff said. He sent an email to Mr. Rosen, the acting Attorney General. Can you have your team look into these allegations of wrongdoing? Wow, a lot of pressure there. Wants them to look into something. Every chief of staff, I bet, for every single one of us sends the same kind of emails and letters every day. You get constituents, you get people call you. You send it to the agency. Can you look into this? See what else Mr. Meadows had to say. Send a YouTube link. Imagine, I bet we've had some of our chiefs of staff send YouTube links to colleagues and to people in agencies. Wow, that's pressure in the How about this one? There have been allegations about signature match anomalies in Fulton County, Georgia. Can you get Jeff Clark to engage on this issue immediately if there's any truth to this allegation? Boy, that's a lot of pressure there. Mark Meadows putting a lot of pressure on people, asking, can you look into this allegation? Someone's raised it. After all, lots of Americans, 80, 90 million Americans had concerns with the election, but what are the Democrats doing? They're going to launch another investigation, call in 5 people for depositions. But we can't have the head of the Capitol Hill Police here today like we wanted. Oh, it's interesting, too, the response that the Attorney General gave to Mr. Meadows when he sent that email. I think this is interesting. He says, I can't believe this. I'm not going to respond to the message below. Wow. Wow, that is a problem. When the Chief of Staff to the President of the United States asks someone in the executive branch to do something, and they basically give him the finger, I think that's the problem we should be looking into, but that's not what the Democrats are going to look into. No, they got another investigation. We can't talk about the border crisis here. We hadn't had one hearing in this room about that. Can't do that. They want to investigate Trump again, even though the Obama Department of Justice spied on President Trump's campaign, lied to the FISA court 68 times, not Jim Jordan. That's Inspector General Horowitz, 68 times in the Carter Page FISA alone. We can't look into those issues. We're going to do another investigation about pressuring people by sending emails to the Justice Department. Somehow that's now pressuring. So I appreciate our witnesses coming here today, but when the chairwoman raised that in her opening statement, sends out a big press release saying they're going to do this, it just, again, underscores that this committee is not doing what it should do. I'll say it again. The fact that we have yet to have a hearing on a situation on our southern border where for not 1 month, not 2 months, but 3 months in a row, we've set record numbers of illegal immigrants coming into this nation, and we can't have a hearing in this committee. But we're going to investigate Mark Meadows sending an email to the Justice Department saying, hey, there's been allegations raised. Can you check it out? Wow. Wow. The taxpayers are going to love the work that we're going to do with this. They're going to love it. This is ridiculous. What the Democrats pretend to be the work of Congress now is ridiculous. New investigation about Mark Meadows asking someone to look into. I yield back.